Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Small Business Interview. Today, I have with me Mitali, who's the owner of SD Cupcakes, and that's where gourmet cakes and cupcakes are made from scratch with the best ingredients. It is a pleasure to have you here today, Mitali.
Thank you for having me.
So what's the story behind SD Cupcakes, and how did it all start?
I've always been an artist. I paint, I knit, I draw, you name it, I do everything. And I always wanted to do something in that field, but my parents were like, "You're not gonna make any money, obviously. So you better do something else." So I did my major in management information systems, and I was working at the Kaiser as a business analyst for some years, and then sometime during Thanksgiving, they told us we have a potluck. So I was like, okay, I'm going to make some cupcakes. And then I made some turkey shaped cupcakes. And people just went crazy. They were like, oh my God, it looks like real turkey on like tiny turkey on the cupcake. And people were like, oh, can you make us some for our family dinner on Thanksgiving? And I was like, yeah, sure, I can do that. And then the Christmas came and they were like, oh, can you make us some Christmas themed cupcakes as well for our dinner? And I was like, okay. And that's how SD Cupcake was born. And I got so excited. I was like, okay, I love to create something, and I can just put my artistic skills on what I do. So I got very excited every time someone wanted something in cupcakes. So initially, since I have no background whatsoever in cake, so I just wanted to do cupcakes because that's easier. So I was like, okay, that's why I named the company SD Cupcakes, because I was not planning on doing cakes. And when so many of my friends, they were like, oh, just open a Facebook page and see how it goes. So I was like, you know what? Not a bad idea. I can do it just on the weekends, no problem. So I opened my business page on Facebook, and I started getting orders. Soon there was Valentine's Day. So I started getting orders, and I was like, oh man, I must be doing something good. And my husband encouraged me so much. He was like, yeah, if it's something that you want to do, just do it. And then a couple of years fast forward, I was getting very busy. And I was working constantly, full-time job and business. So I was working like 60, 70, 80 hours a week. So my husband like asked me, do you want to pursue this full time? And I was like, I'm not sure if I want to do it or not. But he was like, yeah, I mean, if you want to do it, I'll support you financially and mentally, emotionally, every time. So I was like, okay. So I took a leap of faith, and I just quit my full time job and started doing this full time. Initially, it was very slow, but now I can say I'm very glad I did that, because now I get very busy, and I just love what I do. So I'm really glad I listened to him and followed my dream and passion and did this full time.
Well, yeah, with talent like that, like what we see in the back, like I'm glad you made full use of it. I'll share my screen so people can see some of your work, some more of your work.
Sure.
And this is your Instagram page. I also have your Facebook up, but truly amazing work. And the number, you have a bunch of numbers here, and it's really cute. Do you guys have a storefront, or are you just like a commercial behind the scenes bakery?
So I have a fully licensed and insured home based business. So I don't have a storefront because there is a lot of overhead cost. And since I was starting out, I wasn't sure if I want to do this full time. I wasn't sure if I will do a good job or not. So I just started off as a home business, and then I got it registered, took all my health permits and everything. And so it's still a home based business. I'm located in Sabre Springs near Poway.
Oh, cool. How was it like last year with the pandemic, having no storefront or anything? What challenges did you?
Believe me or not, I was more busier last year than the previous year. And partly because it was people were doing small celebrations. at home. So the size of my cakes were reduced, because before I used to do big 2 3 tier cake for 50 60 servings. Now everyone wanted very small cake for just the family. And since I didn't have any help last year, it was very busy for me as well. And then usually people just celebrate in the weekends where they have a party. But now, last year, since everyone was home, they started celebrating on the day of the birthday. So I was busy basically 7 days a week. And yeah, and I think the previous last year I made twice as much cakes than the previous year, because people, they don't have any party, they didn't want to, like, they were not spending so much money on the party, I guess, so they wanted a good cake. So I was busy last year.
Wow. So I guess how do we order from you? Do we just call you, or is it or
So
contact you?
you sorry, go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
So you can either call me on my number. Everything is listed on my Instagram, Facebook, and Yelp page. You can call me, email me, or send me a message on Facebook or Instagram, or you can text me. I'm basically available in all of the social media and everything. So you can just message me, and then I respond within a day or two. Usually depends on how busy I am, because I'm just a one woman army.
That's amazing. I mean, and yeah, everything's handmade from it's like literally homemade from your house, you
That's
know?
correct. Yes.
And like how long would a custom order take? I guess it might depend on the project, right?
Yes. So since now I have a lot of practice, probably I can do a small cake from start to finish in about 3 hours, I would say, including the baking time. But usually, if it's a bigger cake, then definitely it takes longer.
So do we put orders ahead of time, like a day or two?
No, actually, I prefer a few weeks in advance, because we get booked a couple of weeks in advance. And also, it's better for me to prepare before time rather than. I do take last minute orders as well, but I prefer 2 weeks notice. So, and because I hate saying no to anyone. So if anyone comes last minute, I like, I usually don't take it, but sometime if I have a few spots open, then I take last minute orders as well.
It seems like you have a lot of different designs, and you're very versatile. Like, what would they're so intricate too? But I guess what's the hardest thing that what or most difficult order you've had to fulfill? They all look so complicated.
Actually, these days I'm not finding anything very hard. But initially, when I started, since I said I had no background whatsoever in cake making, I learned everything from the YouTube University. So
Wow.
initially, I had order of 3 tier Minnie Mouse cake, and I took about 13 hours to make that. And it was very challenging fondant cake with a lot of details. It's still, I mean, it was a good cake, but it was one of my first 3 tier cake, which took forever for me to make. And that's when I was questioning if I should do this full time or not. But eventually, with a lot of practice and a lot of YouTube videos and a lot of tricks and errors and trying, I think I nothing is like very complicated or very hard anymore. I kind of miss that challenge though. Before it was every time I get new cake, I was like, oh my God, wow, this looks challenging. And I kind of brainstorm it how I'm going to do it and all that. But now, lately, I haven't gotten any cake, which was very complicated.
So you're just like a natural. You don't. It's amazing how you don't need school or anything. And yeah, so I guess now we have to find something to challenge you. Is that's the new game now? Like what?
I think I would love that. Yes. No, it's just lots of practice. That's why I think I can say easily I have made more than a couple of thousands of cakes in last 5 years. So I think most of the cakes are pretty like usual and very common. So I haven't had any cake which challenged me so much recently.
Wow. Maybe you can start a YouTube channel yourself one day. Just how so we can see how you make all these really intricate, whimsical designs, and the deer is so cute. The numbers are really, like, I thought this was funny. This
That was very fun to
Amazon
make.
package. Is that like printed edible
Yes,
paper?
everything is edible on that cake. All of those are edible
That's
paper
crazy.
painted. Yes.
Well, that's really cool. And so far you have a Facebook page and an Instagram, so we could follow you.
Yeah.
And everything's right here. Um, yeah, like it's really cool seeing your work. Um,
Thank you
and
so much. Thank you. Like so many people supported me when I started this. Especially like I get all my artistic skills from my mom. She was an artist too. And then I get my business sense from my dad. So I think it was in me. I just had to figure out what I want to do and how I want to execute it. So I'm glad like I got this opportunity to make cakes and make people happy, because it feels so good when you hand out the cake and you see people's reaction. They are so happy, and I have had couple of time people had tears in their eye after looking the cake. So I think that's the biggest reward for me.
oh, that's so awesome. Yeah, I mean, like, in your cakes, you could, like I said, you could see the passion and the time and love you put into this. These are amazing. Yeah, you have a few holidays coming up, right? You have Easter and St. Patrick's Day, so I'm sure you'll be getting some orders in. Um, and yeah, thank you so much for taking some time and showing us what you do and telling us your history behind this.
No, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. I feel so lucky to have this platform to show my talent, and many people can see what I do and share my passion with everyone. Thank you. I really appreciate this.
Thank you again. And we'll leave your links down below in the comments or the description section so people can get to your social media pages. And
Perfect. Thank you.
yeah,
Thank you. Please like the page and see all the updates on what new projects that I'm working on. So yeah, just
definitely.
follow me or like my page on.
It's updated really regularly too. So you guys definitely should follow her. It's really fun. All
Thank
right. Thank you again. Thanks everyone for joining us in this small business interview. And we'll see you next time.
thank you. Bye.